Listen in for some positivity and good times. The views and opinions of our guests may not necessarily reflect those of the host or the Vibes Broadcast Network. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, hello again, my friends. The last video that I made, I talked about trusting in people and giving people a chance. And as I was editing and uploading, I got to thinking on some other things, and one of which, of course, is it seems like there's going to be a bigger divide in this country, and people are just mistrusting everyone. But it's like there's this ongoing drama and controversy, and people are drawn to it. Now, I get a lot of suggestions on my YouTube, and I've subscribed to a lot of channels, and I admit that some of them, they seem to they focus on all the negative things that are going on in this world, and they discuss it. Some of the messages, it seems like they're looking for solutions. Other ones, it's almost as if they're feeding on this. It's it gets views. Anything controversial gets views. Now, I've interviewed lots of life coaches and authors and just entrepreneurs, all these wonderful people that have positive messages to give, and they're really encouraging to other people. The problem is, some of them will get quite a few views, but then there's those that don't, and there's some of the best conversations that I've ever had with anyone, and I feel it's very beneficial to folks. But and I'm not a very controversial person. Every once in a while I might speak up on a subject that may seem controversial for now. I mean, 10 years ago it probably wouldn't have even raised an eyebrow, but for some reason nowadays some of these subjects are just, it's like you're starting a war. People are so divided, like, this is my side, that's your side. There's a clash, and the morals and integrity that used to be things we valued are now, it's almost like you're being shamed for having any morals. And I don't understand it. I mean, I do get caught up in some of that stuff when I'm watching YouTube, but there's folks that I have interviewed that have gone through some incredible things in their life that would devastate some people, would make others shut down completely. And they're just trying to convey a positive message. And I'll look, and they're not getting very many clicks on their videos. They're not getting very many subscribers. And I just don't understand why positivity doesn't seem to sell. I would think that people would be looking for those things. Yeah, some of you come to my channel and you check out the interviews and things, and you make great comments and you interact very well. You really enjoy some of them. So, for that, I'm very grateful, and I'm glad that you're looking for something positive. I, it's just the trend is anything that's negative, or some of it is just, I don't understand. I've seen some reaction videos of people commenting on other people's content, and the content will have them, doing self-harm, like stuffing themselves with food, just totally overeating, and I mean massive amounts of food, or they're hurting themselves with the latest trends, the whole thing where people try to run across the milk crates, and you know people eating Tide Pods, and just all this craziness. I don't understand why that attracts people the way it does. I don't know. I guess I'm ignorant, but those things don't appeal to me. And if they're your thing, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to push anybody's buttons. I don't get it. Um, I'm a laid back guy. which is why I didn't even bother to get up and shave today, and I'm just kind of you know doing some of my work on my channel, editing videos, doing the social media thing, all of that. And I kind of like just kind of having a conversation with you. And I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and you regularly watch them or you recommend them. You, you pass the word around, and I have been getting emails from lots of different people wanting to come on the show. I'm very proud to know that there's some people out there that believe enough in me that they're willing to take a chance. And that kind of goes along with the trust and believing in your fellow human. I give people a chance on my channel so they can try to be successful, or they want to relay a message. They're they're trying to promote themselves. I really, truly, deeply in my heart want to help people in any way that I can. I've always been that kind of person who likes to help people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have my down days. I have my days where I'm a jerk, and if I'm driving and somebody cuts me off, I get pissed off and I cuss and all these things that I shouldn't do. But I'm a human being. I have my moments where I don't think, but for the most part, I really want to bring positivity in this world. Now I'm working on myself. This is not just for me. I'm working on me as well. I I listen to these people and I get great advice and I try to apply it to my life, and I'm going to continue to, because this is just what I love to do. Even if it never becomes popular and I don't get a million subscribers from it, I still think people like to tell their story. I like to see what's underlying, because I'll have people on my show that are, say, musicians or an actor or comedian, something like that, and that's what they're known for. But they have other stories to tell, and so I like to dive into those and hear the things you don't normally hear. Because you get a musician on your show, and if you've watched any interviews with these people in the past, they get asked the same questions over and over and over again. They've got to get sick and tired of that. And if you've already heard it, why would you want to listen to it again? But I feel like they have more to offer, and so I try to get as personal as they will allow. I don't want to get up in everybody's business. I just think there's sometimes stories that they want to tell and they haven't had the chance, which some of them appreciate it, to the fact that I now have new friends because of it. And that's because they've trusted me. They see that a I have good intent. I'm not looking for controversial. I'm not that one for the clickbait thing. I've taken advice from different people on this, on how to become successful, and one thing they always go back to is the whole controversial kind of stuff, and titles and things that are considered clickbait, and which I kind of made fun of that in a way when in my last video, because I made the the thumbnail as if it was something controversial that was going to go on, but that was kind of part of the whole joke, which I was trying to convey that we we like this controversy. Some of us don't like to see other people succeed, and they like to see other people fall, and I don't feel that way. Excuse me. I've had people on my show that they're not famous, but they're trying to be, and a lot of them like to pretend like they're already there. And if you know anything about um, the book The Secret, you live your life as if you've already made it to where you want to be. Like one of the things they tell you, if you want to be rich, then you act like you're rich. Pretend like you're already there. You already have couple $1,000,000 in your bank account. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't go out there and spend a whole bunch of money you don't have, and to make it out like you're rich. No, I mean, be sensible. But I mean, have that attitude that I'm already rich. But be humble too. That's one thing I've tried my best to stay as humble as possible and not act like a know-it-all, not act like I'm above everybody else, because I'm not. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. And I really appreciate when I do get a celebrity on my show, when they just act like you and I. They don't get that big head and think that they're above anyone. And let's say they've trusted me enough that I'm actually friends with them. I can call them on the phone, or we can text back and forth. If I have a problem, I can go to them. And that's part of what this whole network is about. I just hope that my content brings you back and that you're getting something from it. And if you would let me know, I really would appreciate it. I think with your interaction, and you let me know the things that you like, what you don't like, or if you have suggestions, I cherish all those. And I do read every comment. I try to respond to everybody. Give these people a chance that I talk to that are, they've got a book out, or they're starting their own business, whether it be in marketing or life coaching, whatever the case might be. I think we should all give each other a chance. I think we should all lift each other up. And I hope that I'm doing a good enough job that you enjoy it. So I'm going to leave that at that. I've got other things that I want to talk about, and I'll bring it up in another video. Until the next one, take care. God bless and peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Listen to the Vibes. You can catch us on Buzzsprout or wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts, and on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at The Vibes Broadcast Network